Hey everyone, welcome to Adobe Live. We've got an adventure in
Ah,
store for you
Shira
today.
reference. I got that. Anybody
Yeah,
else watch Shira? Oh yeah. Hi
so
guys.
good. I'm here with Anna Davisourt. Today she'll be taking us on a journey around the world with some of the world's greatest doggy
We're
heroes.
drawing dogs today, guys. I'm so excited.
Dogs for Dogust.
Yeah, if anybody else is doing Dogust, shout it out in the chat. We are brethren.
Yes, let's check out the chat actually. Let's see who's here.
Absolutely.
Anthony Sims, he's our best friend.
What?
Anthony, how
I
you
see
doing?
you.
Yep.
I see you over there. What are you
We
doing?
have Michelle. She says,
Hey
hello
Michelle.
everyone.
Lovely
Also
to see
feel free
you.
to shout out where you're from.
Definitely.
Ariana says, I love these intros.
Oh,
We were just talking
yeah.
about that.
That's right.
Love that animated intro.
Oh, I thought you meant us.
Oh, us. I don't know if they love
I'm
us as
joking.
much
I'm
as
joking.
the
No,
animated
the animated
intro.
intros are absolutely beautiful. I need to find the artists who do that. I feel like it's a collaborative effort because there's so many different styles, but I
Oh,
don't
for
know.
sure.
Should do some research into that.
Cody Bear says, Anna will be working on a
Cody!
Dogust entry. Yes,
Oh,
she
heck
will. Don't you
yes!
know it?
So excited.
Uh, hey Theory. Hey Nor. Nor says corgis. Obviously, corgis
Corgis
are
and Morgies.
potential. Yep.
We're gonna have a cork.
There's Sam Peterson.
Hey, Sam Peterson!
He's the best.
This was us last week. How crazy.
Oh yeah, it was the flip inverse last
Oh
week.
yeah, I'm the guest now.
Yep. But this week we've got quite the schedule. Let's check
Oh
that
heck
out.
yeah, let's see what we've got coming up.
So before us on stream, we had Getting Started in After Effects with Evan Abrams. We had the Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge with Kathleen.
Go Kathleen!
At 11:30 today, after us, we'll have the Illustrator DCC
So stick
with
around.
Claudie. At 12 p.m., we'll have the Adobe XD prototyping with Jimmy Kalu.
Woo.
And then later in the day, we'll have the XD DCC with Howard Pinsky, and we'll wrap it all up at 2:30 with Design in the Dark, So Mysterious,
Ooh,
with
what's in
Julia
the dark?
and Andrew Hockrattle.
Yes, I'm so excited to end the day in a mysterious way.
wonder
Gotta
what that
tune in to see
means.
what it means.
Yep. But right now you're watching Drawing and Painting with Anna Davisourt. How about I hand things over to you? Tell us a bit about yourself, what you're going to do today.
Well, I am a children's book illustrator. Thanks for asking. I know you didn't know, James.
What?
By the way, we're married,
Where am I?
so he kind of knows. Oh, and we should say, by the way, that this is a COVID time and that we are, what do you call
yes.
it, like quarantining together. So this is
We
why
are
we're
married.
in the same place. Yes. Anyways, so welcome to our humble abode. This is our house now. Take that.
Oh.
Yeah, I got
down the
aggressive
gauntlet.
immediately.
Yep.
Anyway, so today, like I said, yes, we're doing a Dogust themed entry. I mean, Dogust is one of those monthly challenges, kind of like Inktober, where you draw a dog every day of the month. Now, I have not been doing that, but I just wanted like one at least because Dogust is such a cute theme to go with. Like, just draw dogs, yay! But if you look up the tag, I believe it's DOGGUST on Twitter or Instagram, you'll see a ton of adorable doggos. So I highly recommend. And then also, today I have had this idea for a while that I wanted to make a book based around stories from around the world of dogs being heroic. So to make that into a reality, you're gonna just have to start working on it. Like anything, you just have to do it. And so I figured today, why don't we make Dogust and a book cover all together? So this is gonna be a mock-up book cover for my, will be someday book. And I'm just gonna like mock up the title and things like that, but really what we're focusing on is the illustration of the dogs. So to start, I actually made a few sketches in Fresco, and if you guys haven't used Fresco, it's a lot of fun. It's the iPad illustration program that I love the most because it's got raster brushes, it's got vector brushes, it's got live brushes, oil and watercolor. But anyways, it's a whole ton of fun, and so I used that to sketch these out. These are just the tiniest, most loose kind of thumbnails you can possibly imagine, but they help me understand what I want to do. And I did even more than these. I just kind of figured out like what I wanted. The idea here was like a statue that a bunch of real dogs were all around, and then this one's just a ton of dogs wearing like medals around their neck, and then like having portraits of dogs. And then I settled on this idea that I think will be really fun today, that is a bunch of different dogs all kind of fit together like puzzle pieces, which I've done in some pieces of mine in the past, do you remember? But I wanted to make them all dogs, and maybe they're wearing medals, maybe they're wearing crowns. We can talk about that. Anything you guys want to throw into the chat, please let me know. All ideas are good ideas.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I want to warm up because I haven't gotten to sketch yet today by just drawing a few dogs from like memory and stuff. So shout out your dogs in the chat. We want to know about your dogs.
Yeah, does anyone have some amazing puppers in their lives? And if they do, what are their names? What do they look like? Where are you from?
Tell
do you
us
dress
everything
them
about
in
them.
costumes?
Gotta. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Like, if you have a dog and you're not, like, you don't have a closet full of costumes yet, please do. Like, just for me personally, I
wardrobe.
need you to do that. That's like your assignment today.
All right.
So sorry, but you gotta. And in the future, James, what do you think dog-wise?
Oh, for us, so we've had these plans for a while. We're going to have a corgi named Mochi. He is going to be adorable. He's going to be the cutest little gentleman.
Oh, he's a gentleman. I thought he was a rascal.
Or a rascal. You never know. It's up to the dog, really.
It really is up to the dog, but you know, we look forward to having our little Bab someday. And also a cat named Boba Fett.
Boba Fett. Not Boba Fett. No. Boba Fett.
With a PH.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so
I see Shauna and Kendall
in the chat. Shauna and Kendall!
Yeah.
I know both of their dogs. By the way, Shauna and Kendall are regulars on my personal stream. I stream on Behance regularly, so we made a Discord together, and there is a channel on there called Animal Channel, where you can post all of your adorable animal pictures. So if you have a phone full to the brim, bursting with adorable pictures, we want to see it there. I don't have a link right now. Somebody find that link.
Someone from Anna's stream, please post a link to the Discord.
No, it's so hard to I don't know.
Kendall says, Razzie the Burner.
Razzie the Burner is the most adorable little burner in the whole burner world. If you guys don't know, Bernese Mountain Dogs, they're adorable.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
We're going to have to put a burner on here, obviously.
Shauna Lynn says, Mr. Teddy Bear,
Teddy
the Shih Tzu.
Bear!
He wears bow ties.
He does. And I showed you a picture of
just
him
yesterday.
boating.
Yeah.
Shauna was freaking out at those pictures. They're so good.
They were really good.
They're so good. It's just, Teddy's a born sailor. He knows what he's doing. If you guys haven't seen that, go to Shauna Lynn's page and find her social media handles, because I believe you posted it on Instagram stories. Pictures of Teddy driving the boat in his little cap. I mean,
yeah, that was so
he looked
good.
at the camera.
He's pretty photogenic.
He's so photogenic. Yeah. He's a little panda. I love him. I love him so much. Anyways, I'm drawing a loose based on memory burner, but I'm gonna have to look up their markings because I don't have them memorized, and they're so fluffy.
They are. Are you gonna add that barrel on the front in cartoons that they give them?
That's isn't that St. Bernard's they usually do?
I think you're right about that.
I don't know for sure, but I mean Berners, St. Bernard's, they got burn in the name. They obviously would vote for
They're
Bernie.
feeling the burn.
Yeah,
oh boy,
exactly.
politics.
It's dogs, not politics.
Ooh, Austin Browning says he has 2 Yorkies.
2 Yorkies, 2 little Babs.
They are brothers. They are named Sam and Dean from Supernatural.
Cute. Yeah, I've watched Supernatural. Got 9 seasons in. How many seasons are there? 15? But yes, that is adorable. I love the idea that they're brothers and they're demon hunting.
Thank you, Anthony, for posting links to the Discord.
Hey, thank you so much, Anthony. Is that my Anthony Sims?
It is.
Aww,
and Cody Bear posted handles to Shauna's Instagram, where everyone can go enjoy her dog.
You guys, you're linking it up. Yes, take advantage of that, chat. That is awesome. Also, not all these dogs are going to be sitting. Again, this is just a warm-up to get used to drawing again. And I'm probably going to use my phone for some reference along the way, just because I am a big proponent of reference, guys. If you aren't using reference for everything you draw, then, you must have a really good memory. But I'm just saying, reference will always make your work better.
For sure.
Just by the way.
Oh, you're going to love this one. Megan says that she has 3 Australian Shepherds.
Oh!
One is Drax, one is Talia, and one is Ronan.
Oh my gosh. 3 of them? I cannot imagine. The frisbee tossing.
Oh my goodness.
The play dates that you got going on.
Yeah.
Oh man. Some Australian Shepherds that I know have been probably the most energetic dogs that I've ever seen. They're just ready to go.
Yeah, they want to run.
And their little butts, they like to wag them into you. It's so cute. I love them.
It's pretty adorable. And we also are planning on getting an Australian Shepherd someday.
Someday. Probably a mini Aussie, just a little
Possibly a mini Aussie, it's true.
We once saw a mini Aussie at a park. I'm going to look up reference.
Oh, it was so good.
That was basically a corgi in its physical makeup. It was crazy.
They had a corgi and they had a mini Aussie. They were exactly the same size and had the same amount of fluff.
So fluffy. But they had all those like dappled markings and stuff.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Our future Australian Shepherd will be named Ginkgo.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We had a plan for that one too.
Yep.
Every single like pet that we have, I've been dreaming about for years. So of course I'm gonna name them.
Oh, they're coming.
Ginkgo's adorable. Ooh. All right, so the burners have this like white mark that goes up their forehead. I love that. The little
super cute
pips. Do you guys know about pips? Oh my gosh, pips.
They're
the little eyebrows on dogs. So those little like colored patches, those are called pips. I can't.
Who named it?
Somebody who knew what they were doing.
For sure.
They knew everything.
I'm curious, how many of you in the chat have kind of like a familial dog breed? Because both Anna and I, our families, like for instance, my family has always had black Labradors. And Anna's family has always had Dachshunds, and it's kind of passed down through the generations. So,
absolutely,
if that's true for your families, also shout that out in the chat. I'd be curious to know how common that is.
I feel like it's very common. I've actually known people who, in the past, like their dog sadly passes away, and then they get another dog that looks exactly the same, and they name it the same thing. What? I never considered that as a thing, but then I heard it.
I don't think I've heard of that before.
Oh yeah, one of our friends in college.
Oh, wow.
I was like, what? And then I missed the chance to meet their dog. I was really sad about that. I was like, oh, they texted me, and I look at it, and they were like, downstairs now, and it was like an hour later. I was like, no.
Missed opportunities.
I could have pet the fluff. Ugh. But you know, this time of ours, or they're saying that like we shouldn't pet dogs, and so every day is a fresh struggle to not pet all the cute dogs around here, because oh my gosh, there are so many. We go to this little like park down our street to play frisbee like pretty often. By the way, if you guys haven't played frisbee in a while, it's really fun.
It's pretty fun.
And so there are tons and tons of dogs who come, and yesterday we went, there was a Pomeranian that was coming up next to you. It was like James was throwing the frisbee to me, and I just see this little fluff get closer and closer from across like 100-foot field.
Oh, I see.
And it looked like a toasted marshmallow. It was so happy, but we can't pet dogs right now. I'm so sad.
And the Shiba Inu, it was slowly pacing towards the frisbee every time it landed on the ground.
You throw a frisbee, every single dog's eyes are on you.
Yeah, definitely.
What you got there? I think I want it.
They know what's up.
Oh yeah, they do.
Kendall says, our family has become a burner family.
Understandable.
Rossi is their second one.
Razzie and Zorro's your cat. Oh my god.
Zorro the cat.
I mean,
what?
The cutest names.
Genius.
I imagine Razzie is short for Raspberry, possibly. Sir Raspberry or Lady Raspberry.
Wow. Dame Raspberry.
I want to know how you become a dame. Does anybody know that? Because I know that you can be knighted for like sirdom or whatever. And like the only knights that I really know are actors, like Sir Ian McKellen.
That's true, yeah.
And then there's Dame Judi Dench and Dame Maggie Smith. I believe she's damed. But is there any other way to get it? Because do I have to become an actress to be knighted? Come on.
I feel like
I want to be a dame.
Some scientists have been knighted.
Scientists?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I seem to remember something like that. Maybe you just have to achieve something spectacular.
Spectacular.
Yeah.
I made it spectacular
then they
because
give you
I
a
wanted
title.
it to be Halloween themed. I'm ready for it, you guys. Oh man.
Good on you, Martin. Rescuing puppies.
Rescuing puppies? Yep. Good person. Yay, we love that. Actually, one came to Anthony's house not too long ago. It wasn't a puppy, but like a full-grown dog. And she was so cute. Anthony got the best picture of her in the world. And I believe I don't know, I can't remember what they did, but the right thing.
Yeah.
Their whole household is like very pet oriented, so they know how to do that.
Saved it.
Save the pupper.
Sig Brown says that they want an Aussie Doodle. Have you ever seen an Australian mixed with poodle?
I have never personally, but I would love to.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have to look up some pictures.
Absolutely. I would love to see that because I feel like the mixture of different breeds is what I would love the most. Obviously, you want your dog to be as healthy as possible, so mixing the breeds, I think, is a really good idea for longevity. And so I'm trying to think of like what we would mix a corgi with that would still make it look like a corgi.
A mini Aussie.
Or even a Pomeranian. It could get like that
super
fluff going.
Shiba
Come
Inu.
on. Ooh, Shivas.
Oh, it has
We
some attitude then.
yeah, we've known some Shivas in the past, and they almost all have this very much like presence about them, where they're like,
Yeah,
we are strong-willed.
kind of like a cat.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah, very much like a cat. They're cat dogs. But yeah, I think that in the future we'll probably stick to cats and dogs. But if you guys have any other pets, I would also love to hear about them because I love living vicariously through people. It sounds a little like I don't have a life, but I mean, I just don't
But
have
does
pets.
anyone have a life right now? Really?
Some people. I mean, I'm sure somebody
Someone out
somewhere.
there still has a life. They're in New Zealand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a life. But yeah, I think that I saw somebody's terrarium layout the other day where it was like how they had decorated it for their lizard, and I wanted to be that lizard, but I also wanted to see that lizard live its life so happily.
Live its best life.
Live its best life.
Was it a massive terrarium?
Yes, it was massive, well decorated, full of plant life, and just like really well designed. They must be an artist. I think I follow a lot of artists on Twitter, so I feel like that's what they were doing is like using their design sense to design the terrarium.
The perfect little world.
The perfect little world. Yeah. Exactly. So I'm fitting some shapes together here, by the way, that I want to just have different shapes and lengths and everything of dog. So that is the goal with some of these shapes. And then we're going to fill them in with little doggos. Sound like a plan, Stan?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Stephen mentioned a way to become a knight. Apparently, you just donate a bunch of money to the Tory party.
Well, that's annoying. I don't want to do that.
No. You have to earn it, not buy it.
Obviously,
Yeah.
come on.
Shauna says they used to have guinea pigs.
Ooh, that's awesome.
They've got a fun little face.
They've got the best face.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Oh, wait, whoops.
Anthony Jackson says that he's sad to say he doesn't own any dogs.
Oh my gosh, Anthony Jackson, get a dog. Good to see you here,
he's
too. He's
inspired to draw one, though, by you.
Yes! Draw a dog!
Yeah, post it for Dogust.
Exactly. Post it immediately. That's gonna be so fun to see, Anthony Jackson. I would love to see your dogs.
Ooh, Martha says they have a Belgian Shepherd named Tervuren.
Tervuren? Is that correct?
Tervuren.
Tervuren.
A toy poodle and a Weimaraner? Have you heard of Weimaraner?
Yeah, Weimaraners are beautiful. I actually wanted a Weimaraner throughout my life. They're those like, they kind of have a bigger dog build, and they're basically gray with like gold eyes. They're beautiful. Love them. Do you remember those old, I think it was like Sesame Street or something did this, where there were dogs in human outfits? And they would like have human hands come out of the suit, but the dog head coming out of the collar. That was a Weimaraner. Yeah, totally.
Wow.
That's what I remember them as. Tell me if you remember that, because I don't want to be the only one.
Wow, that's a blast from the past.
Yeah, exactly. It brings you back.
Kendall wants to know if Potato could make an appearance in
Potato! This. I made a dog recently. Potato can make an appearance in everything. He is so good. What kind of... Maybe this one will be Potato. He's a big boy, so we can make him like walking right here. But he is a dog that I drew recently, and he's basically my pet now. So if you don't have a pet, just draw your own, right?
And you made a bunch of stickers.
I did! Oh my gosh, they're right over there. I wish I could show you guys, but I'll post it or something. Yeah, totally.
Tomorrow we'll bring them on stream.
Oh my gosh, yes! Okay, so we have day 2 coming tomorrow, and today we're doing an artist spotlight, by the way. That's going to be around 11. And that is where we highlight one of you guys, and if you guys want to be a part of that, there is a tab right above the chat that you can enter and submit yours or an artist that you love. And so today we're doing that. Tomorrow we're going to be reviewing the Daily Creative Challenge for Photoshop. And also tomorrow we're just going to be back here probably like painting more. Today is like a design heavy day, so I want to get at least a loose sketch done, and then I'm going to get probably a color study and a value study so that we can really come back tomorrow and know what we're doing, and then we're just going to paint it out. So today's drawing, tomorrow's painting. How perfect.
Yeah. And tomorrow you'll get to see Potato and his amazing stickers.
Tomato.
And actually, you're streaming later today, too.
Oh yeah, I have my personal stream on my Behance page is going to be at 4 o'clock Pacific time. And guess what I'm doing between this and that? Probably sleeping. That's what we do around here. Naps aplenty.
I mean, we had a pretty good 9:30 stream. Some people had to
Oh
stream
my
at
gosh.
7:30 a.m.
Yeah, but they
Whew.
stream from all around the world, so
That's true.
sometimes it's like 2 o'clock, and that's really nice.
Yeah.
But I hope that's the fact like that of what happens. But you never know. You never know until it's.
No early birds here.
Yeah, we're. I mean, you're more of an early bird than I am. You actually can wake up early. I feel sick when I wake up too early. Is no good. But I think I'm a night owl, actually. Much more recently, I felt like just keep wanting to draw at night. Do you guys ever get that? Especially with drawing on the iPad in Fresco, I feel like I get so comfortable with it that sometimes I'm like, I don't need to sleep. I'll just draw all night on the couch. It's fine. And, you know, that's not always
Then
healthy,
it's 11,
but it's also really fun.
then it's 12.
2 a.m. You
Oh,
know,
2 a.m.
it's
Oh
fine.
boy. It's getting pretty
Sometimes
late.
when potato needs to be drawn, you just keep
That's
drawing.
Gotta paint that fur.
Gotta get that boy on
Yeah.
the canvas.
Thank you, Cody Bear, for posting a link to the forum for the artist spotlight. So
Definitely.
you can
Thanks,
recommend
Cody.
other artists as well.
Heck yeah. I recommend you.
Sergio says hi from Spain.
Hello,
What time
Sergio
is it
from
in Spain right now?
Oh, probably like at least 5 hours.
I'd say
Probably
like
more
9
like
hours
8.
ahead.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But
Shout out the time in Spain, Sergio, so we know.
we need to know this. Is
We
very
need to know
important.
the time
What's
zone.
the time in Spain?
Yeah. My guess, 7 p.m. We're approaching it.
Well, it's 52, right? Yeah, so approaching. That makes sense. You get it.
That
You
might
know
be
what time
right.
it is.
Martha says it's 12:30 in Michigan.
Oh, hey,
Wow.
Michigan.
Lunch break.
Straight up. I love Michigan. I want to go to there.
Yeah, there are so many places in the U.S. we haven't been, and this is the year not to do that.
It's true.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Should we make this one a poodle?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
If the shape fits.
If the shape fits, wear it.
Oh,
That's what that was. Do you remember we once met a poodle that had basically like its tail shaved down to the point where
yeah.
it was just the barest fur on the tail, and it was a docked tail, so it was about the length of a finger, and when it wagged it looked like it was going like this. Like, oh, no.
It has its own cuteness. Yeah. It's got one finger. It's like,
I loved it. It was so funny, and like the best feeling fur. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, time for some math. Sergio says it is 1852 in Spain right now.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
Oh, that's
12
7:52.
minus.
That's pretty close, right?
You were very close.
Yeah.
Good job. What?
Surprising. I only had an accurate guess because my cousin Sam lived in London for, I think, half a year.
Oh, really? Wow. I
Yeah,
can't
he
remember
interned
how long.
at some company somewhere over there.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
know what
far
you're talking about. Absolutely.
1252 in Georgia. We're just getting a bunch of times in cities. I'm just going to call them all out.
Do it.
1753 and 10 seconds in London, says
Wow,
Catherine.
and 10
So
seconds.
specific. Wow.
I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny. Oh, great. Other people from Georgia. You guys are connecting because of this. I love it. So good to see
There's
that.
that song in Over the Garden Wall about Georgia.
Take that midnight train to Georgia. That's not
a different
country.
song, but yeah.
What was that?
Was it A Peach from Georgia?
Millions of peaches.
Oh,
I don't know.
is this all copyrighted? Can we not sing this on stream?
It's got to be like less
If
than
we
2
do
seconds.
it horribly bad, then I'm sure we're fine.
Oh, potatoes and something else.
Yep. We'll never know.
If you guys haven't seen Over the Garden Wall, watch it. It's such a good show.
It's kind of approaching the autumn season, so
Oh,
perfect time.
definitely. I mean, kind of, but yeah.
It's somewhere in the next few months, right? What
Yeah.
is time now?
Exactly. If not Garden Wall time.
If not Garden Wall. Anthony Sims says to give this a thumbs up if you're enjoying it. Just lets Adobe know.
What? That's amazing. Thank you for shouting that
Time
out.
to start saying cities and times again. It is 6:54 p.m. in Copenhagen. That was
Ooh,
Laura.
I want to go to there. Yes.
Laura Staniva.
Nice.
And then 22:24, which is 10:24
Oh, you're
math.
making him do math. He's
in
really good
India.
at it. Yeah, he's really good at math. So throw all the math problems at
don't
James.
throw
He
any
can
math,
do them
please.
in like 2 seconds.
Oh, no.
Yes, challenge him.
Monday
Yes.
morning, why?
Just a bunch. Yeah. This is your favorite thing to do, right?
Oh, for sure, math. Oof.
Love it. I mean, you do love doing math. Like, you've got to. You're so good at it.
My mom was a math teacher.
That's true.
Ariana says that she loves Over the Garden Wall. It's
Yes,
really
it's
good.
so
If you haven't
good.
seen it, I highly recommend around the Halloween time checking it out.
Or anytime. I mean,
What was it on Hulu, I believe, right?
I don't know.
I think it was on
Just
Hulu.
Google like streaming Over the Garden Wall, and you'll find what it's on. If it's on anything
Yep.
right now, but it's like 7 minutes per episode, super easy to consume, and also very, very worth it. And ain't that just the way? That's
And
a rock fact.
very original for Cartoon Network, which is the studio that developed it.
Definitely. Oh yeah, it's groundbreaking, and it also took
they've
like
got
10 years to make. Right?
The actor who played Frodo,
Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood. Yes.
How do you not know Elijah Wood's name?
It's Monday morning. I mean, is there really anything happening?
Wait, who played Harry Potter?
Daniel Radcliffe.
There you go. Boom. All right, you're good.
Okay.
Everybody
It took a second,
mistakes
though.
one for the other, just by the way.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, interesting.
It's a thing.
Fairy says it is 23:55, right before midnight in
Okay.
Indonesia.
Ooh, wow, from Indonesia. That's amazing. And thank you for tuning in so late.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oof. And also get some sleep after the stream.
Yeah, definitely.
Unless you're a night bird. And then
Night bird.
night owl. It's a specific type of
no,
bird.
I like it. I'm the night bird.
The night bird.
I cometh.
Yes. Just like
Love it.
Julia's stream later.
What?
Mystery and
Oh yeah,
Darkness.
the
Yeah.
drawing at night or drawing in the dark. I think
Something.
designing in the dark.
Designing
yeah?
in the dark. Very mysterious. It's
For
all coming
sure.
together.
Should this dachshund be long hair or short hair?
Well, if you've got a poodle and you've got potato, which are mid to long hairs, maybe a shorter hair.
Wow, variety. That's
Yeah.
smart. All right, it's a short hair, which is always what my family has, is short-haired dachshunds. But they have a variety of different patterns. Our dachshund right now, his name is Rudy, and he has a double dapple fur, which means that he has a bunch of like different colorings, kind of like an Australian Shepherd, that
Oh, yeah.
they have those like gray and black mix. And he's also got spots in his eyes. Well, he did when he was younger. Now he's got cataracts.
2 different color eyes, right?
Yeah, it's brown and blue. Heterochromia,
Fancy.
something like that. Heterochromia. So yeah, he's a super fancy dog. Yeah.
Fancy boy.
And he's, knock on wood, not. Oh wait, this isn't wood. There we go. Knocked. He hasn't had any of the back issues that are very common in dachshunds. So good on Rudy. Everybody, cheers to Rudy.
Yeah.
Woo!
That Nightbird is a great superhero name, says Anthony Jackson.
Well, it's like Nightwing, and then Nightbird.
It's a less
Owl.
cool version of Nightwing. It's like, it's the fan wannabe version.
No, the fan wannabe version of Nightwing is Robin.
Oh, you know.
We've been watching a lot of Teen Titans.
Teen Titans.
Go! If you can't tell, we're animation nerds.
Yes.
So, well, James is actually a character designer for animation, so it makes sense that, you're into animation. But Teen Titans is so good, and we actually get some little glimpses of Nightwing.
We do get, no spoilers, some glimpses of
No
Nightwing,
spoilers.
I believe in the first season of
Yeah, probably.
Teen Titans. I believe we're in the 3rd season
Really?
now.
Wow, it goes so fast.
Yeah.
It's a really good show.
So,
and we have it
not
on
to plug Teen Titans,
Blu-ray.
but there is a Blu-ray collection on Amazon.com right now, and you can get all 5 seasons.
Oh, wow, that was a plug.
Just let them know that you love Teen Titans, get the Blu-ray.
Teen
Maybe we'll get a
Titans
reboot
Go!
of the classic Teen Titans instead of Teen Titans Go. Does anyone know what I'm talking about right now?
Everybody knows Teen Titans. What are you talking? What do you say?
Okay.
I want. Sorry, I'm trying to decide some things here about the design. Like, do I want some floating just heads of dogs, or do I want all full body? I think all full body would look good. But it depends on how we render it as well.
That's
If
true,
it's
yeah.
like loose or
You could just bundle up a little dog in a blanket.
oh no, dog in a blanket. Well, also we can play with. That was not a ground.
How heroic are these dogs going to be?
Very heroic.
Are we talking like Overwatch, like armors, and are we talking just
we're all
medals of
doggos
honor?
now.
Yeah. Soldier 76. Oh no, we're plugging
my
other
gosh.
things.
Yeah, if you guys play Overwatch, we're really good.
Yep.
But yeah, I have to remember to like have something that denotes them as not just amazing regular dogs, but like heroic dogs. Like also just stories of like what would you call it? Like not just heroicism, but like loyalty.
Hmm.
Because there is this dog in Japan. Oh gosh, I'm blanking on his name, but he stayed there like
I've
at the
heard this,
train
yeah.
station. Like his owner didn't come back one day, and so he stayed at the train station for the rest of his life.
Oh, that's kind
Just
of a
being
sad
like,
story.
well, it is, but they erected a statue in his
Oh,
honor
wow.
because he was like the most loyal dog. And I love stories like that. I want to celebrate that there aren't just human heroes here. There are plenty of heroes all over the place, and
Yeah.
loyalty is, I
Yeah.
hero in that story is, But there are also dogs that have saved people from burning buildings. There are people,
Yeah.
like they've alerted people when there's something wrong. If somebody comes to the door who's like unsavory or something, who saves you? Your dog. Your dog says,
That's
"Don't open
true.
that door," and
I
then
believe
boom.
my mom had a story about that.
Yeah, exactly. That was where I got it from.
Oh, okay. We'll get into that story in a second. But before we do, we have some
Yeah.
people shouting out Teen Titans in the chat. Ariana, we've
Oh
got
yeah.
Marmac. Everyone
Marmac.
loves
Wow.
Teen Titans.
Oh
Anthony
yeah.
Jackson. Get it.
Oh, a Teen Titan style dachshund. Oh, that'd
Oh,
be so
get the
funny.
little Robin
Just like,
mask on it and like a
yeah,
little
just
flowing cape. Genius. Brilliant.
look at that cape. Wow, elegant. Amazing.
Just a little triangle. Like
Oh.
wedge coming up from the side. Yeah. Then you can break the triangle and it'll flow.
Oh, you think? Okay, you want to draw it?
Okay, let's do it.
James could take over here now. But yeah, I think that there are so many different stories that I haven't heard and I want to know about. So if you're ever thinking of what you want to make a book about, I think what you actually research in your own time, like what do you
What are you
Google, what do you,
interested in?
like look into the most, will kind of give you an idea of what you would have the most fun looking into. That's the idea, at least.
I guess I should tell the story now of my mom.
Oh yeah, your mom. Okay, this is a crazy story.
Okay, so I heard this story years ago. I will not communicate it well at all. But
sounds great.
my
Perfect start to a
mom
story.
lived in Southern Oregon, which is where I'm from at the time.
Yeah.
And I believe she was pregnant with either my sister or brother. She was home alone, and there was a knock on the door, so she was a little cautious, but she went to the door and she would have otherwise opened it. However, at that time they had a black lab. Once again, going back to those family dogs, we've always had black labs. And
Wait,
he
which one was this?
Ooh, I think it was Solo.
Solo.
Could be
All
wrong,
right,
though.
there's the name.
Yeah.
Solo.
But he was the most laid back black lab. That was a tongue twister. Laid back black lab. And he was great with people, great with dogs. But for some reason, this day when she went to the door, she was just going to open it. She noticed that Solo was really on edge and started growling at the door. And so she got a little bit worried, and she spoke through the door to the person and asked what he was there for. And he asked that, he just needed to come in and use the phone. And something about Solo's demeanor made her not let the man in and just apologize that she can't help him, but he'll have to go somewhere else to find a phone. Later in the week, an article came out that just a few houses down, that same man who had gone to her door had broken into another person's house and assaulted a man in a wheelchair.
No! Oh, no.
So, not the best ending to the story, but my mom was saved because of our black lab Solo.
Yeah, dogs can tell sometimes.
Yeah,
like
dogs, they can read people even through a door.
Yeah, seriously, there's some kind of bad something going on.
So maybe he deserves a spot in the hero list of dogs.
Oh my gosh, yes. I am so down for that. Should this be a black lab? We'll get rid of the pips. I don't know. I haven't drawn a black lab. I don't think ever. So.
Oh, really?
No, actually, I did do one commission for a friend who. Yeah, they had a black lab. That was a really cute dog.
Black labs, they're
all good dogs. I think.
Very good. Maybe a little difficult to paint.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Well, you have to learn how to paint different colors and different lighting and stuff like that. So yeah, it just takes research.
Probably going towards the dark blues.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can get some blues, you can get some surprising warm colors in painting like pitch black. And yeah, I highly recommend you guys try it out also because it's a fun challenge to figure out how to paint different colors, and then once you've got that down, then you can just like pull it out whenever you want. Like, oh, it's black, boom, boom. Got it. Ain't no thing.
Also, going to give a shout out to Cody Thomas, who is in Roseburg, which is another city in
Hey,
Southern
Oregon!
Oregon.
Whoop
Yep.
whoop.
I come from Southern Oregon, so I'm familiar with all of the locales around there.
Definitely. Well,
Favorite
and
spot, Table Rock, for sure.
oh man, we
But
went on a
not
hike
in
to
the high
Table
summer,
Rock.
only in the
It
spring.
was like 5 million
It was
degrees.
112
I
degrees
almost
that
died.
day.
Yeah,
That
it
was a
was a
bad idea.
lot. Well, it was a really good hike. It would have been a beautiful one on another day.
Yeah, we all died. We're not actually
Yeah,
here right
we're
now.
ghosts.
Yeah.
Whoops. Ghost live. Wait, Adobe Ghost, Adobe Dead. Wait, is that a thing?
I don't know if that's good advertising.
Adobe Afterlive.
Ah,
Ah,
Adobe
yeah.
Afterlife. I like that. That's their new nightly stream segments that are definitely happening.
Oh, obviously. We'll host it. We're
Yep.
into it.
Maybe that's what we can call your stream later in the day. Adobe Afterlife.
Adobe Afterlife. I have resurrected it.
Which is a good time. Anyone watching this on YouTube, if you want to participate live, you can hop over to behance.net and click on the live tab.
Absolutely.
Hang
We're
out with
reading
us in
the
the chat.
chat from Behance. So if you're on YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in. But we want to see you here.
Yeah,
So
then we can shout out your
log on in.
name, city, time zone. Apparently, we're getting really
All the
specific to the
things.
second.
Yeah, 10 seconds. We need to know.
Yep.
I feel like this one might be stretching. Like a good, you know?
Oh yeah, get a nice stretch in there.
Although-
Martin Hatfield says they have never had a problem with dogs. They know that he loves them.
Aw, cute.
It's true. They can tell when you want to pet them.
Oh my gosh, they're just bundling towards you like,
Yeah.
gotta get
So
that
much
pet.
love. Must get all of it.
I'm just so sad. One of our neighbors has an adorable French bulldog named Luna, and I love her to death. And oh my gosh, she just snuffles up to their little gate and expects pets and is like, yes, yes. And then when you try to like walk away or anything, she's just like running against the fence, like, get back here,
Yeah.
come back.
Trying to herd you back through the fence.
Exactly.
Now,
I bet you she
we
would
did
hurt.
see a very awesome banner that was put up in Luna's honor. Remember?
No. What was
We
it?
took a walk a couple days ago, and the owner of Luna put up this large banner of an American flag with Luna in front of it.
Oh my gosh. Did I see that?
You did,
I feel
yeah,
like
it was
I can't
great.
remember. But they also put up a little sign for the neighborhood that says, please don't pet Luna because of COVID. And everybody's been really respectful, and that's good.
Definitely.
But I miss seeing her and like just
And
petting
petting
her
her.
little smudgy little face.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Oh, she's so good.
She's got the face pudge.
She's got the face. This one's like a very upright dog. Maybe this will be like a German Shepherd or something, because they always seem like they're very, I don't know, like dutiful.
They do, yeah. They're ready.
And they get that like nice scruff around them.
They know when they're on the job.
Oh yeah, they're on the job all the time. And then you guys will be like, my German Shepherd is the goofiest boy.
Yeah, definitely. Was it at the airport where you saw, was it a German
Oh,
Shepherd?
they had like sniffing dogs
Yeah.
instead of, first of all, they're the best because it gets you through the line super fast. They're like, oh yeah, you don't have to go through security. They'll just sniff you as you go by. And I'm like, yes. And then also you get to see the cutest dog, and it just like wants to, I mean, it's doing its job for sure, but all dogs are adorable, and they just like, they look like they want pets. And I know you can't pet them, but I like its face. It's adorable. Adorable dog.
French
What?
Bulldog. Kendall Hotchkiss says that their neighbor just got a French Bulldog puppy.
Ah, so cute.
She saw it last night for the first time.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Are you able to pet it?
Probably not in these times.
In these times,
Yep.
these sad dog
These
times.
strange times.
But French Bulldog puppies in particular, oh my gosh, the cutest. We went on a walk one time and saw a little pup, and it was a little black French Bulldog, and it was just so happy to see us. It was the most adorable thing I've ever seen. Although, we also have a neighbor who got a corgi puppy who is super fluffy, and her name was Fufa.
Oh yeah, Fafa.
Fufa! And she was rifling around in all the little like dried leaves in the gutter, and she just loved them. She was like, dried leaves are the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then we came up and they're like, you're the best thing I've ever seen. And we pet her, and she's like, this is the best thing I've ever had happen.
Yep, so excited.
Ooh, so cute. What could small dogs? Oh, here, I'll do like a Pomeranian. It's just a fluff.
Just a ball with two little dot eyes. Get that fluff.
They've got pointy little ears coming out of there. But yeah. Oh, there's a palm.
Yep.
And done. That's the fun part of children's book illustration is like you don't have to have anything other than the bare bones of the cuteness. If it's cute, it works. All right, so these last two shapes are a little difficult, but I'm gonna try. I think having different directions of them walking would be good.
Yeah, those are going to be some tough shapes to fit in.
You know, we can do it. Don't
If
worry.
you move potato up a little to the left, would it also fill that gap then?
I think we can fit another dog
Right,
in here.
go for it.
I want the little babby one.
Little puppy.
Little puppy?
A puppy can be a hero too.
Absolutely. Anybody can be a hero. Anybody.
Just gotta refresh here.
Yeah, we're getting all the chat. Hey guys.
There we go.
Lovely to see you. If you have any questions about drawing, art, anything, like I am here to answer it. So I am all up to give any advice. I am a children's book illustrator, but also just drawer. I draw all the things. I've done what do you call it? Board games in the past.
Oh yeah? Possibly
so
board games in the future.
It's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy to talk about anything we're doing here.
Stephen Booth has a little story. I'm gonna read it to the chat.
Excellent.
He says, I was waiting for a bus one day when a thuggish guy came into the bus shelter with a huge pit bull. He said, careful, he bites.
Oh.
The pit bull took one look at me, wandered over, and rolled over on his back for a belly rub. So it had a happy ending.
I love that story. Okay, that's much better because I was like, oh, don't be mad at pit bulls. They're really good.
Yeah,
they are.
good.
It's just people that make them, dangerous. But that is the best ending. Just like a little pit bull being like, pet.
And it goes to show, don't judge a book by its cover.
Don't jog a dog.
Jog and doggin'.
Don't judge a dog by its breeding.
Ooh, can one of these dogs have some sort of like athletic wear on it?
Athletic wear.
Athletes can be
really
heroes too.
Out there. Wow.
Okay.
Guys.
I was just imagining the sweatband and the little shorts, but I don't know if that makes a hero. Oh, he put it over its eyes.
Oh, its eyes down here.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. This is all loose sketching anyway. It doesn't need to be perfect. But the thing about our neighborhood, like I've been saying, is it has 1 million dogs, and so we've seen many, many pit bulls, and they're almost always the ones that will just plop their head in your lap and be like, please pet me. They're so, so friendly. It's adorable. We have one in particular that literally, like, I went down on my knees and squatted, and she just put her head right there, and her head was like the entire size of my lap. It was just massive head. It looks, I don't know, to me they always remind me of frogs, like toads or something. Oh, yeah. They just have that wide squat head, and it's so much muscle that if you like massage it a little, they're like, yes.
They love it. Thank you, Cody, for reminding us that at 11 we'll be doing the artist spotlight.
Absolutely.
He did post a link if you'd like to.
Cody Bear.
Oh, Cody Bear, sorry.
Yeah.
She posted a link if you'd like to recommend an artist for a future artist spotlight.
Absolutely.
Anyone can do it.
Highly recommend. If you have never had somebody do something like that for you, it is the best feeling in the world. And so if you can do that for somebody else also, like submit yourself, submit your favorite artist, anything like that, whoever has a Behance profile, you can just be like, hey, I want this artist spotlit. And it would be really, really cool to see that.
I kind of like that you said Behance. Like,
Behance.
Behance on your Behance.
We'll sign off that way. Just remember to Behance.
Behance on your Behance. Oh, and thank you, Cody. She also posted some Instagram handles for you.
Oh, thank you, Cody. You're the best. And Cody is a literal bear, so just by the way.
Ooh.
There's a bear in the chat.
There's a bear in the chat. We've got a great question from Eddie. They ask, business question, how do you get projects? Agents? Websites? ?
Many different ways, for sure. I have an agent, and that has made things a little bit easier because they can bring projects to you, and they say, like, hey, do you want to do this? And I'm like, here, I need to know this, this, and this to understand the full scope of the project, and then I can give you an accurate estimate and all that stuff. So it can be really helpful to have an agent, for sure. And then I think there's also the definite possibility that you can find work on your own. It's just a little bit more that you have to be like proactive about it and find your your industry for sure, and then your niche in the industry. So if you're talking children's books, then you need to find art directors or recruiters or uh, anybody who can basically get you in on a project. An editor can be a really good contact for that. So you just find people who are working on the projects that you would like to work on, and then get to know them and show them your work and say like, hey, I am available and am ready to work, and I would love to do projects like you do, because it really is about being not that you're like contacting everybody and their brother. It's much more that you see that you could fit this area, and then you let them know like, hey, the search is over, I am here. Because basically anybody, an editor, an art director, a recruiter, they are all just looking for you. And so never feel like you're getting in their way when saying like, here's my work or anything like that. They need to find you, so it's helping everyone if you just shorten that search.
So do you have any tips for how to approach doing that with an agent or the editor? Like, I remember Lee White had his, one of
Yeah.
our previous teachers had his little tricks for doing stuff like that.
Little tricks. Well, yeah, Lee White was my mentor during the Adobe Creative Residency. If you guys don't know that, I was an Adobe Creative Resident, which also kind of connects to another thing that we can talk about.
In a second.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, so he was my mentor through that process and introduced me to my agent. So the agent definitely, it helps to have somebody who knows the agent personally recommend you. And then also, you got to have the work to back it up, of course. So having your portfolio filled with work that you would like to do, that's an ongoing project forever and ever and ever. It's basically just your portfolio reflects what you want to do always. And there are many ways of finding agents and editors and people that you want to keep in contact with. But I would highly recommend looking on Twitter, especially if you find certain hashtags like kidlit art, kid lit art altogether. That is a really great hashtag to find people, not only the people who will hire you, but other artists as well, because building a community is super important, and knowing who your contemporaries are can always help. So yeah, there are many different like little tricks, but overall I would say just trying to do that research and finding your community, your peeps, is one of the best ways. So the Adobe Creative Residency. Should we
Ah,
talk a little
yes.
bit about that?
So Anna was an Adobe Creative Resident back in 2018. It's an amazing
In
program
2019. It was
that,
2018 to
yeah,
2019.
2018,
Yeah,
2019.
very good.
This year they'll be doing a little bit differently in a pretty awesome way. There is the Adobe Creative Residency Community Fund this year.
Oh yeah.
So their thought was that each year they'd pick a handful of residents and they'd help fund them for a year on projects they wanted to work on. This year, especially with COVID-19, they wanted to spread that out as much as possible to help out the artist community. So they've set up a $1 million fund.
$1 million.
Yeah.
So exciting.
And you can submit a project that you're passionate about to them, and then they will help fund that project for.
Yeah, there are two different ways. So one way is that you submit the project and they fund you for that, or you just submit your work and then they hire you for a commission. So it's a specific project that they want done and they're hiring you to do it. But yeah, it goes from $500 to $5,000 depending on the scope of the project. And I've personally known people who have done work for the Community Residency Fund, and I'm telling you, it's great. It's seriously one of the best programs aside from the full Adobe Creative Residency. Like those two in conjunction with each other, magic. So I definitely hope that, first of all, everybody appreciates how amazing an opportunity it is and takes advantage of it, because it's ongoing throughout the entire year. There is no due date like the usual creative residency. So you can apply right now and you can apply next month, the month after that.
Yeah.
I'm sure once you've done it, then you can't apply again, but just letting you know that like it's an ongoing application time. So please, please, please apply.
And thank you, Cody. She posted a link to the Creative Residency
Cody's
Fund
on it.
in the chat. Again, if you are on YouTube, to, I believe, access that link, you'd want to head over to behance.net and click on the live tab.
Absolutely.
And then in that chat, you can both hang out with us, which obviously you want to do, maybe.
Obviously.
And then, or use that link, head over and check out the Creative Residency Fund.
Absolutely. And I think that is such a smart plan, because this year of COVID is quite different. And
What
there
accent
are.
was that?
Ew, you know, This accent, yes. Anyways, sorry, ridiculous. So this year is very different. When I was a creative resident, they flew me all over the place. It wasn't just that they paid for my life for an entire year, which is amazing, but also they gave me all the opportunities in the world. They gave me mentorship, which that's Lee White was my mentor. He's an amazing children's book illustrator, and so he really coached me through the entire process of becoming a full-time illustrator. But Adobe really like they put the gas in the car, and I was driving it, baby, straight to the end. So it really jettisoned my entire career, and I think that next year, hopefully, it can go back to being full on the what would you call it, like full on residency.
Yeah.
But also, I want you to think about like how much what sorry, I totally lost my train of thought. How much time it'll take to get through COVID and everything like that. So after that, this period passes, we have no idea what exactly it's going to look like. After that, we are going to revisit the residency, and maybe it'll become a community fund year after year. Who knows? It's just what the world needs. And thank you, Adobe, for continuing doing something so generous for the art community. It helps everyone so much.
It helps so many people. This year is tough.
Anthony says Anna's true speaking voice breaches the surface of reality.
Oh.
Oh my. What's your guys' goofiest voice? Do it now. I can't hear you, but I want to hear it.
Oh. Pretty good.
Oh my gosh, that cacophony.
Wow.
Wow. All right, James, yours?
Oh, I've got nothing.
Oh, come on. You have something. You have it.
Izaz just said that he, or she, joined the chat from YouTube.
Yay! So. Welcome to the Behance side of life. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So good to see you. Oh, and Eddie says, Adobe, you rock. It's true.
It's true.
Adobe does rock. I honestly, genuinely feel that way after working with people inside the company and just like, I know a lot more about it than I did before, and every single thing I learned was great. Like, I honestly have no, like, caveats where it's like, well, that one person. No, they're all amazing.
Everyone's really
nice.
Cool.
And genuinely working towards that goal of just, like, making artists' lives better. It's awesome. And they provided us this lovely platform, this lovely program, this lovely opportunity to do digital art. It's so cool. I think I'm going to call it Hero Dogs just for now.
For sure. Shauna Lynn says that she can either do a mid-Atlantic accent or she likes to do Teddy's speaking voice. Teddy is her dog for everyone who just tuned in.
Teddy's speaking voice? I feel like I've probably
cute.
heard it on your stream before, but I want to hear it again.
It's probably quite cute.
By the way, when I'm doing this lettering, I haven't taken Shauna Lynn's lettering course yet, so this is going to get a lot better when I actually take her course. Shauna Lynn has a new writing course. Shauna, if you can drop a link in the chat for that, possibly. It would be awesome if you guys could take it because it's a tried and true workshop that she developed into a full-on class so that you can take this and learn everything to do with hand lettering. And she is an expert at it. If you look at her Behance profile, you will see the beautiful, beautiful lettering she's done. So this Hero Dogs is nothing compared to hers, even though it's just a sketch, you know. All right, so what I want to do from here on out, we've got kind of an idea of some shapes. It's very loosey-goosey, but I don't mind that at all because I like it loosey-goosey. I would much rather have it loosey until it needs to be goosey, you know? As in, I like to go from rough to refined. Rough?
Rough? R-U-F-F?
Rough. Oh, man. I think it was poster. Do you remember the Scholastic book fairs that they would have as a kid?
I think so.
You think so? They were like the most important part of being a kid.
I went to one.
Nice. Well,
the most important part of being a kid.
Seriously, they were amazing. They were absolutely amazing. So, I don't know why it's not my brush trigger, but the Scholastic Book Fair is where I bought a poster that I kept hanging on my closet door for probably close to like 6 or 7 years. And it was a little pup that was It was chewing up all of this homework from a book, and it was looking at the camera with its head tilted, very cute. And then the like little text said "a rough day" or something, having a rough day, something like that. But it was rough, and it had like little paw prints coming off of the text and
That's
stuff.
cute.
It was so cute.
Yeah.
I loved that. I was definitely the kid who ran straight to the poster section at the
Oh
Scholastic
wow.
Book Fair, but also the books. Come on, so cool. It's probably part of the reason why I am where I am today. Who else remembers those? Probably just from the US. I don't know if they did that anywhere else.
No, I do remember a poster of a dog that was wearing like a bathrobe and very squinty faced, and I'm
How
sure it
did
was
they get
along
the
the same
squinty
lines.
face? Oh,
It
look at the
was.
color pickers right behind us. We could have all the colors.
Oh wow.
Oh, it's a
Oh
party.
my
Woo!
goodness. Ah.
Woo!
Oh, thanks, Cody. I believe that Cody posted a link to Shauna Lynn's class.
Awesome! Thank you so much.
How did you find that so fast?
Experts,
Yep.
you know? They know how to do their jobs. What's that about? Oh, by the way, this is one of the tips that I've learned from Adobe Live. If you want to use a brush as your eraser, all you have to do is hold down. I can speak. All you have to do
Yeah.
is hold down the tilde key, which is the little squiggle with the little dash underneath it. It's right underneath the escape button on your keyboard. And if you hold that down while brushing, then you get the eraser of your brush.
Which is incredible.
It's awesome.
It's everything we wanted for years.
Seriously, I know. It could have made our lives so easy
Yep.
earlier on. But hey, spread the knowledge. Let everybody who uses Photoshop know that is the case.
The secret.
The secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oprah had the secret. Now we have the Photoshop secret. Yeah, that's right. I'm comparing myself to Oprah. What? Oops.
Cody Thomas, are you old enough to remember Pizza Hut Book It?
Book It? No, I don't remember that.
Probably a reading program by Pizza Hut. I'm sure people in the chat remember that.
Book It.
Yeah.
That sounds like an awesome program because it sounds like they wanted you to have pizza and books.
Yeah.
Which I am.
I mean,
into.
actually, that's kind of dangerous. Get that pizza grease on those books. But
you know,
the intentions are
you
good.
give kids books, they're gonna get greasy from pizza or other stuff.
Oh boy.
So it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. You're fine. But yeah, I think that just getting books to kids is the most important part. And there was a lot of access, at least in my childhood, and I really hope that other people can get that same access because everybody deserves an equal chance at everything in life. And that's why I love Dolly Parton, guys. If you don't know, Dolly Parton has a program where she has children's books that she gifts to children all across, I believe, just the United States, maybe across the world. But she's doing a lot of really good stuff for children's literacy and spreading things to people who might not get it otherwise. And we love her for that. So claps to Dolly Parton. Yeah, woo! Can't we all just be more like her? Actually, Corinne just texted me the other day, my friend Corinne. She was like, have you heard Dolly Parton's Jolene? I love it. I was like, actually, yes. Oh, if you guys don't know Jolene, classic. Come on. Okay, so I'm going to just plop some colors in here. Maybe, yeah, this is on a separate layer. So I can put colors in and then just fix them around in the future. So I'm just going to blob. Doesn't have to be anything specific. What we're really going for here is just a very loose color palette. Doesn't have to be anything super tight or specific. Then once I have these blobs, I can just duplicate with Control J and then slide it on up.
Yeah, little color thumbnail.
Yeah, exactly. Little color thumbnail, very, very loose. And then if you lock the pixels up here on the layer palette, is that what it's called? I don't know, I just came out with that. Anyways, so this is the lock pixel button, and what it does is if you lock them and then you use your big fat brush to go over it with any other color, then it only paints in the pixels that you have on that layer, and it's awesome. So another wonderful trick if you don't know it already. I'm gonna go for kind of analogous at the mo and just vary it from there. If you guys know my work, I really love a lot of color, so we'll get to more colorful stuff, trust me. And then duplicate again. Another way to duplicate the layers is if you use Alt and then just drag the layer, so you can go like that, and then boom, you've got a new one. Control Z that away. And then lock pixels again, and I'm gonna go for like a deep orange. A deep orange! Yes, the voice is back.
There we go. Cody Thomas is actually explaining the Pizza Hut.
Oh, really? What
Yeah.
is it?
So you get a tiny puffy sticker
Tiny puffy
for
sticker.
a button. So they give you a button and they put a little sticker on it for each book that you read. And then
Awesome.
apparently, after you read a certain number of books, you would get a personal pizza.
Oh, heck
Yeah.
yeah. That's awesome. Who doesn't want a personal pizza?
Oh, they knew what they were doing.
They knew.
What better way to motivate children than pizza?
It was all a trick.
Free pizza. I earned it. I just have to read 15 books.
Oh, it's just reading books. That's
Yeah,
easy.
it's great.
It's so true that if you give kids the ability to like succeed in some way, they'll very often do so. And Shauna Lynn says that's my Julia Child voice. It's true.
Oh,
Bon appetit. But thanks, Shauna. What was I saying? Something about kids. One of the best reading programs that I was ever a part of was the Book Bowl, I think it was called, and that was when we were given the access to like 15 or 20 different books, and they said there's going to be trivia contest at the end of this.
ooh.
If you've read all the books, you're probably going to win the trivia contest. The less books you've read, the less you'll know about the questions that we're asking. I super aced that, guys. I love trivia. Like, winning at a questionnaire thing. Oh my gosh, my brain was just so happy.
I can confirm she and her dad would listen to Jeopardy!
Constantly.
Pretty much every single day that I've ever known her.
We had a roster of shows.
And they do very well at Jeopardy! So maybe we should sign her up for the show.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was the start of something beautiful with me and trivia. So if you guys like trivia, I highly recommend. That would be like a really cool book club. Kendall, you know all about book clubs. If you were to do a trivia contest at the end of, like, say, reading 4 short books or something like that, then you could be like, all right, if you've read all the books, then you're going to do better. And it really, really helps because I also love helping people, if you haven't noticed. And so when we were in groups of like 5 kids who were doing all the trivia together, some people would be like, oh, I read Bridge to Terabithia, and I read Over the Garden Wall. And like Where the Red Fern Grows or something.
You have a
like
little graphic novel of Over the Garden Wall, though.
It's true! They have like lost stories in comic book form. So good. Anyways, so that was one of those things where, like, if anybody else didn't know it and I came out with that knowledge, I felt like a pro, where I was like, yes, I know. So good.
For sure. I saw a question a second ago. Oh, it was by Martin. They asked if you use Corel Painter as a companion to Photoshop.
I have never used Corel Painter. I would be interested in knowing how to do the companionship, but yeah, I've never felt the need to really like reach outside of my purview of like Adobe products. And really, yeah, I use Fresco and this quite regularly, and a few other programs. Actually, right now our audio is going through Auditions, which is another Adobe program to do with audio. And so yeah, there are just 5 million things I use already, so I have never really felt like I needed to look outside of that, but I have heard some good things about Corel as well, so whatever floats your boat, I think.
Ooh, Eddie Garcia has a few questions about rules for book covers. They're actually asking about title placement, if it should always be in the upper third, or if there's a little bit of a...
Oh, there's no always. It's all... The only always is like...
The only always is never. Wait. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
To me. So the only rule with text on books is that you give it more room than you think you need. So this might not even be enough room, but I can always change the sizes of things. The most important thing for any publisher to see, though, like say they're looking at your portfolio and thinking to hire you for a project, especially if it's a picture book for kids, you might have a picture that you put all this lovely detail into, and oh, it looks so great and full of life and stuff like that. But then you have to make room for text. That's when you want to make sure that every single piece you have, you plan for text beforehand, and you make sure there's ample room, ample room, because if you ever read a book where you feel like the text is being squished by other elements on the page, you'll notice how much breathing room it really needs visually to work. So first of all, look for reference from other children's book illustrators, and then make sure to give it even more room than you think it needs. Yeah, and that's the only thing I know about rules for text, really. And covers are highly individual, so I would wait for the project. Or if you're making up your own project, just kind of make your own parameters and say, what if they said they needed the title on the upper third? Then how can I make that look really cool with my illustration? Just kind of
Yeah.
mess around with it.
Kendall in the chat is talking actually about projects for books that she read while in school,
Oh
and she remembers
yeah.
that for Call of the Wild, she built a full sled out of balsa wood for her book
What?
report. That's pretty amazing.
Kendall would do that. No, I am honestly not surprised with how she is. Like, overachiever is an understatement. I feel like she probably would be like, "Oh, I'm taking a class on building a house, and now I have a house." Whoops, there it is. So I think that fits your MO, Kendall, and I'm glad that they gave you the opportunity to just flourish like that.
And that's amazing. And she made a little dog out of clay to pull the sled.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
Genius.
Oh.
A plus, I hope.
Absolutely.
The only project that I remember doing for a book report
Wait,
wasn't
what?
mine.
What? What?
That
Cheating?
was what Kendall was talking about. She did a project for her book report. That's why she made the sled. So, a project
Yeah, but
associated with
you
the book. The
you
only
didn't do
one
your
that
own?
I remember doing, which is a bad way of phrasing it, because I only remember the one my brother did, actually. It was for Of Mice and Men, and
Oh
I
yeah.
believe he built a diorama, like a miniature of the place
Ooh,
that they lived in the book.
that's awesome.
And yeah, it was quite impressive. I
Nice.
don't remember most of school. What does that say about me?
Just school,
Yes,
like
I was a
just.
valedictorian.
And it all went
Yeah,
woo.
I survived school
Oh,
using
so funny.
short-term memory because I didn't like doing homework, so I'd do it as fast as I could. And I would study for tests 5 minutes before my test. But
Don't tell them that. Your
oh,
teachers are watching.
my teachers are watching. I survived off of short-term memory, so I'd learned something very
What if you're
briefly.
talking to students right now and they're like, "Oh, he did it."
I recommend that you don't do what I did. I recommend that you function on long-term memory and remember things for the rest of your life instead of quickly jamming it in right before a test and then forgetting it all right
Well,
after.
we're
But it
also
worked for me. I got straight A's.
bad
Yeah.
example. Such a bad example. Parents, turn off the TV.
Yeah. Don't listen
Uh,
to me. Why do I have this microphone? Who is listening to me?
Who's here? What's
Yeah.
going on? By the way, just real quick before your badness rant,
Oh.
I made a soft light layer, and I'm just spreading around the three different colors of the different covers. I'm just basically painting them on the other covers so that we get some nice natural
Mm.
variety. I love the soft light layer, so if you guys haven't had a love affair with it yet, then I highly recommend just, playing around, see what you love, because I definitely love it. Um, the other thing I was gonna say is you're reminding me how many book projects I did.
Oh,
Like,
really?
whoa, yeah.
Yeah.
My sister and I both had a ton of like project book reports. I remember her book report was something. It was like a book on the Oregon Trail. If you guys don't know about that, it's there was a big long trail that went through Oregon to basically settle the West. But it's history is very we're relearning a lot as we go. If you guys don't know about what's going on right now in the world, then please look towards sources that are all marked relearning or unlearning, because a lot of history is not taught accurately through history books. But anyways, with that caveat in place, she was doing an Oregon Trail book report, and it was all making wagon trains. So she made
Hmm.
actual model wagons
Ooh.
with like canvas over the top, and then big board was painted with grass so that it was like they were going through the prairie. And then she had to make cow pies.
Oh.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Learning what cow pies were was like revolutionary as a kid. I was like,
You can
what?
start fires.
And the story was, so cow pies are just poop that have solidified into like a like a rock or
Biscuit.
something. Yeah, it's a biscuit of poop. And yeah, once again, very appropriate for children. Hi. And so they would throw them as frisbees. Like they would have like play games with them. Oh, James is just dying. He hates poop so much. But I'm just saying, this was the book report. And so she made little ones out of clay, and it was the cutest thing in the world. And we made a lot of dioramas. I think mostly because my mom was very enthusiastic about anything art related. Definitely part of why we're here right now. Not we, but I guess me. Why I'm here right now is because my mom gave me every single opportunity to do artwork and gave me every medium to play with, like everything. So if you have kids, I highly recommend just like grabbing some clay at the art store or giving them like some wood blocks, see what they do with them. It's just really fun. Art is fun. I love it.
Art is very fun. My voice is dry. I am sorry, Theory. They say that they already do what I did when learning short-term memory. I don't recommend it.
No.
It's a shortcut that has consequences in the long run, which I never experienced because I got the grade. But long term, I don't remember most of high school. I don't know what I learned then.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I'd actually recommend putting in a little bit more work to get things into your long term.
I mean, yeah, that's like a rule for life, basically.
Yeah.
By the way, I am clipping all of these layers. If you don't know how to clip things, they actually just added this to Fresco, which is amazing. And if you want to see a really cool video about how to do that, look up Sid Weiler's video on clipping masks for Fresco. Amazing. She did such great work for that. And so what I'm doing is hovering between the layers, pressing Alt, and it gives you this little icon here. And you can unclip that way, and then you can clip this way. Oops, I just Alt dragged and then it duplicated. And so all of those now only pay attention to the pixels that we have on this layer that they're clipped to. And that way I can collapse them all down and they stay within those bounds. So since these are studies, I'm really not worried about keeping them separated or clean or anything like that. And what I want to do is just duplicate this entire group of them and do some hue saturation changes. So that's one of the methods that I use to play around with the different colors that I might use for a piece. Beep. So I can go into, there's the master that it usually starts on, but if you go into this menu, you can see all the individual colors. And then when you go to like say yellows, it's going to mostly affect this one because that's mostly yellows. Woo. So we can try out a little red, a little desaturated, a little darker, lighter. Yeah, I kind of like that. And sometimes you only see like one or two colors that you like about a thing, and so you can really just like play off of that and then keep working it. Not always is the hue saturation layer is not always going to do exactly what you want it to do, but maybe it gives you some inspiration for like, this is how the color palette could go. Like this one, I want kind of more neutral tones, so maybe I'll add some more of those mustard yellows in here, some browns, and maybe even a little pink, you know? And that's what that hue saturation layer kind of brought to my attention, was the potential for
that. Cody says that she and her husband got a tabletop game version of the text adventure Oregon Trail game.
Oh my goodness, that sounds amazing.
Yeah. Have you ever beaten the game? Because I never did in 4th grade.
I don't know if it's quite beatable.
I think it is. Right? Cody, you would know this. You got the tabletop version of the game. Clearly, you are an expert. Clearly. Is it a beatable game? Answer in the chat.
I think that it's mostly that your family dies of dysentery. And
I think I died in a river.
Yeah, I remember, like, it just made me too sad. That's why I probably quit it early.
Yeah.
Because there were things like, oh, your daughter got bitten by a snake, or your son, like, fell off the wagon. And I'm like, I can't deal with that. How do I go on living? I can't. So I'm definitely not cut out for prairie life, like, for sure. But that's the, you know, the age when they just had 5 million kids, so that if one goes, then you just have another, and my heart can't handle it.
Fairy.
You laugh at my pain?
I'm laughing at the chat. Fairy said in the chat that they hope they remember they don't have an undo button while painting on their drawing book.
Absolutely, yes.
That happens to the best of us. At some point, you will be working traditionally
Yeah.
and something will slightly go off, and you're like, oh, undo. Oh, wait, I'm
I
living
don't
in the
have
real world right now.
it undo. Yeah, exactly. You know what? If anybody has streams through OBS, when you move some of the elements, I always want to undo, and it won't let you. So you're like, oh, I moved the camera, and then I can't move it back. Ah! So you have to manually get it right back in place. But if it doesn't like snap to it, it's really frustrating.
That's true.
I want everything to have undo, basically.
If life had an undo button, that's probably actually a bad thing. No
Well,
one would ever move forward.
yeah, basically.
Yep. Cody, we got the answer in the chat now. So, yes, she is clearly an expert.
Clearly.
It is beatable. Her husband's family died from bandits the first time they played, though.
Yikes! Oh,
Wow, there are bandits?
that's pretty cool.
How do you win this game?
Yeah. Maybe it's because I played it in like 4th grade or
Just
whatever.
stock up on the bacon.
But yeah, it felt a little emotionally traumatizing, and now maybe it would be really fun.
It's true. Might be fun now.
And it's a little bit of Oregon history. And Cody, you're moving up to Oregon, so
Oh, she is?
right? Yeah, I
That's
think
awesome.
So. If I'm remembering correctly. So you got to know your history, and you're doing your work. Good job.
If that's true, shout out from Portland area.
Whoop whoop.
It's very nice around here. We actually just found a really awesome hillside full of.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, we went up to like a country-ish area.
Yeah,
like once you get out of
15
the
minutes
residential
away.
areas, it's really well zoned in the Portland area. So you've got like city with tons of hiking spots really close. Then you've got residential areas, and then you've just got like farmland basically. So we went out to the farmish land area, but it's all hilly and it's just the Shire.
It's like a
like
painting.
evergreens and the Shire. It's amazing. So we've found that we want to live there, and we know that that's eventually where we will go.
Yeah.
When we can afford a house, boom.
And
right
if
there.
it's true that you're moving to Oregon, Cody, we have all of the best spots to just go hiking and.
Oh my gosh, Cody, when this is
Paintings
all
and-
over, we're gonna have a ball.
Yeah.
We're just
If you're
gonna-
actually in Oregon, we can show you the best restaurants too.
Oh my gosh, yes!
Yeah.
Oh, well, in Vancouver, Rally Pizza.
Rally Pizza Vancouver. That's obviously not in Oregon, but they have the
Vancouver,
highest
Washington
rated
is right
milkshake.
across the river from Oregon,
Yeah.
so we're really high in the state. It's very close to the border.
Yep.
So if you just cross one bridge, then you're in Washington, and they have the best milkshakes and pizza at this place called Rally Pizza. So if anybody is in that area, oh my gosh, take advantage. It's so, so, so good.
Definitely.
Pricey, but good.
Very pricey.
I
However,
mean, not the priciest. It's no Irving Street Kitchen, okay?
Yeah.
Which is
Ooh.
also amazing.
Irving Street Kitchen, that's another top restaurant in Portland. Next time
Yeah.
you visit, Cody,
Visit. She's moving.
she will be buying property there. She has confirmed in the chat that she will be moving to Oregon.
That's right.
Don't know if that's a short-term or long-term goal, but it's a great goal.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oregon's amazing. If you guys haven't visited, or those from out of country and everything, basically just imagine like the cutest city, the most beautiful hiking spots. You get all these hills that are just filled with trees, just filled to the brim. If you go to one of the hiking spots that are like right on the edge of the city, so it's like, oh, I walked from my favorite bakery and did all my business in this building. I'm walking over here. You're 5 minutes onto the trail and you can't hear anything but nature. It's amazing. So it's just one of the most well-zoned cities that I've been to, and I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah, and if you ever visit in the future, we'll give you a few highlights right now. Blue Star Donuts, the best donut in Oregon.
Which has spread out of state. So if you're in California, I
That's
believe
true.
it's
Universal
a Universal
Studios.
Walk, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Irving Street Kitchen, one of the best restaurants in Portland.
No.
Very good.
So
Right in the heart of the Pearl District. What was the bakery that we liked that was between Tigard and Portland?
Oh, it was the best pie.
Baker and Spice.
Baker and Spice.
Best pie in Oregon.
So good.
Baker and Spice.
One time, guys, we went to Baker and Spice, which is a fancy place. It's not like cheap or anything like that. So good. But we were sitting there just eating our delicious goods that we had bought, and it was closing soon. And they said, "Hey, everybody in the restaurant, do you want a free slice of pie? We can't have this tomorrow, so we want to like give it to people." We got a full-on slice of pie for free. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
That was the trick. At 5:30 every day, right before closing, they'd move out as much of the leftover pastries and pie as possible to just give everyone in the restaurant for free because they can't sell them the next day, and the workers have so much that they don't want to take
Give
10
them to
pies home.
the
So
paying customers right there.
exactly.
Boom.
Um,
Amazing.
so Cody,
Ooh.
Baker and Spice, check it out next time you're in Portland.
Yes, this has become the recommendations of Portland Stream.
Yeah. We're large proponents of Oregon.
By the way, back to the artwork for a second.
Oh,
I found I found a method that I like for the coloring. I like that there is a warm spot in the center, like kind of focusing around where the title's going to be.
Yeah.
And so I think that maybe following that through with some of these guys would be really fun. So just keeping that in mind as I move forward. Color shifts can really draw the eye to a certain point, and of course we want as much attention going to the focal point as possible.
For sure. And color thumbnails really help with those little discoveries.
Oh, yeah. Like, doing these loose color thumbnails, I can't tell you, like, how valuable this is, especially later in the process, because I can always lean back on what I like about what I'm doing right now. And I'm not painting dogs right now. I'm just painting color blobs. And it really, really, really helps figure everything out. And I'll also use this when we go into the value studies. But I want you guys to slow down. If you're ever having issues with, like, not quite loving your pieces as much as you think you can, slow down and do this kind of process where you aren't thinking at all about what you're drawing. You're just putting your thoughts on the paper. That's what Lee said in one of the most recent 3-Point Perspective podcasts, which I highly recommend you listen to. It's called 3-Point Perspective. And it is all about illustration, how to make a living in it, and how to do the skill set stuff. So anyways, they were saying that if you concentrate more on putting your thinkings down instead of drawings, you'll get a much stronger output, because the thinkings are the messy part. They are getting everything out that you need to have, but you're not thinking about making it pretty at all. Sometimes you want it to just be ugly so that you let go of the idea that this is the final product, because it's not. And those studies get you through to a really strong finish because you've built up a foundation that is for sure working. There's like method behind it, and you know exactly what you're going for. And so if you ever get off track, you can always come back to, this is where I was going, not there. So color studies are part of that. Value studies are a part of that. Just leaning much more on designing those individual bits instead of drawing them out as you're going. That's my 2 cents. Kendall says Krispy Kreme is also amazing. What?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, Krispy Kreme is amazing. I don't think there is a donut spot that we don't like. Actually, before COVID, we were doing a donut tour of our local area.
Yeah.
We found some lists that said, like, this is the best donut spot or whatever. And so we started going to those places and saying, like, is this the best donut? And then COVID hit and we stopped going. So that was unfortunate. But
we got through 3.
We found Blue Star. We found there was this one guy who just basically made donuts for, like, his passion.
Donuts Plus.
Donuts Plus, that's what it was. Not the best name, but he was really good at what he did, and it was basically just him in the shop, and he had these, like, awards on the wall being like, this is the best donut in Portland, and it was just him being like, yeah, this is my little shop. Yay.
That's great.
I hope he's doing well.
A lot of people in the chat were shouting out that free pie is the best pie.
Oh!
A few minutes ago.
There's no calories in free pie.
Yeah, exactly. Anything
so
that's free has no calories.
Exactly.
So.
Don't you know? It's so, so good. And having a surprise like that when you're out eating is like, I don't know what day could be better than that. It's just the best.
What? We already ate a full meal and our own desserts? Free pie. I have 3 stomachs. Let's have some more.
I think we brought it home and immediately ate it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, actually, maybe we... No,
I feel like I ate it on the spot.
Possibly.
We had a few friends there that day, I think. Right?
I can't remember what the situation... I think it was just you and me. We might have been on a little date. And we were like, free pie? I want to marry Baker and Spice. It was amazing. But yeah, it was a day to never forget. And if you guys ever own a restaurant or have free food, giving it to somebody makes it like worth 10 times more than what it is. It becomes more than the sum of its parts.
It's true.
It's so good.
Dana Pride says Voodoo in Portland.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so how do you feel about Voodoo?
Voodoo is fun. I think that they experiment with their donuts and they do crazy stuff. and I love the Voodoo Bucket of donuts, if that still is a thing. It was a thing a few years ago, where you could
Yes.
like 3 times a day in between shifts, they just set out a bucket full of like 70 donuts, and whoever happens to be the next in line can pay $5 and get the entire bucket of 70 donuts because it's in between shifts. And we got that once, and I ate 27 donuts in two
We got,
days.
no, it was your uncle got that for you,
Yeah.
and you Ralphed it down.
Oh, I
That
did. It
was
was very
like,
unhealthy.
oh my gosh, he said he ate a donut per hour for like ever.
Yeah.
And one of the
Every hour I
donuts
was
was the
awake.
size of a dinner plate.
It was, yeah.
Like that
I
kind
didn't
of
die
donut.
either. It was pretty amazing.
I didn't die either.
Yeah.
By the way, we're about 10 minutes out from talking about our spotlight artists. So we have an artist spotlight that happens every Monday here on Adobe Live. And so if you want to nominate yourself or somebody that you just love their artwork, there is an artist spotlight tab above the chat, and you can submit a Behance profile.
Yep. Recommend any artist that you like. Looks like Marmac is calling out Angel in the chat, letting her know that we're talking about free pie, hot
Free
donuts,
pie!
and of course, book covers, which is what we're working on.
And dogs.
And dogs.
There's just all the best things.
Poor Dogust.
Yes, if you guys don't know, it is Dogust right now. August, every year, there is a challenge put out there on the internet, kind of like Inktober, where you do a subject every day, but this one is centered around dogs. I guess it's closer to Mermaid. If you guys don't know, Mermaid is drawing a mermaid every day of the month of May. So dog is a dog every day of the month of August, and if you look up the hashtag Dogust with 2 G's, DOGGUST, on Twitter or Instagram, you'll find a ton of dog art, so highly recommend. And I will definitely be tagging this one when I post it as Dogust. And since we're doing so much of this preliminary work today, I really think that we're going to rocket through painting it tomorrow. So I hope that you guys tune in tomorrow as well to see the finish of this dog cover.
Same time.
And then eventually, when I actually write the book about dog heroes, then you'll see it on the shelf, and it will be like a bestseller, obviously.
Everyone wants to learn about dogs.
I mean, if you were to like give your kid a book,
for sure,
you're gonna give him a dog
and there are
book?
true dog heroes too. I believe in World War II there was a dog that won the Medal of Honor.
Absolutely, so. I want to commemorate that dog along with his brethren. I want a compilation of all of them. And I don't know every book out there, so if you guys know a book like that that exists, please let me know. I'd love to see that. And just, you know, it's not necessarily about, like, if somebody else has done that book, I wouldn't even be sad, because I just want it to exist. That's all I really want.
If anyone in the chat has made a children's book about dogs, plug it in the chat.
Yes.
We'll probably buy it.
Share your books. If anybody is a children's book illustrator or writer or anything, even if you're, what do you call it? Aspiring, we would love to see your work. We would love to know what it's about. Always share your work. Please, please, please.
Everyone's still talking about donuts in the chat. I understand. I mean, donuts are the best thing in the world.
Favorite donut?
Oh, Portland cream.
Which is
a Belgian cream base with a chocolate glaze.
That's basically a Boston cream.
Yeah.
That's what everybody else calls it, but we call it the Portland cream.
In Portland, we call it the Portland cream.
Because we adopt all the things and call it our own.
Although I think my favorite donut of all time was at Blue Star Donuts. It was the apple brandy crumble.
Oh, yeah.
Is that it?
Okay, so Blue Star is a different breed of donut. They're not like normal. They're very much fancy. Like their flavors go beyond. So but that's like Salt and Straw is also a local brand of ice cream, and they do crazy flavors where it's like pear and blue cheese is one of their more tame ones, but you would never find that at like, you know, Baskin Robbins. So they do their flavors. So with Blue Star, it's the same kind of thing where they're like apple brandy, or they'll have seasonal ones. Like they had a kombucha squash one.
Yeah.
That was amazing. So if you like a sophisticated palate, then definitely highly recommend them.
And they do have one in the Portland airport, so if you are traveling, hopefully when it's safe to, a year from now, you can stop at the Portland airport and find a Blue Star Donuts. Just fill yourself up with the best donuts in Oregon.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Highly worth it.
It's almost 11, so soon we're gonna jump over for the artist spotlight.
Absolutely. Can't wait to show you.
Yeah, I can't wait to see their work.
Whoop, 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 whoop. All right.
Ooh.
What?
Shauna's shouting out her favorite donut. It's the bourbon basil blueberry donut from Blue Star. You've been to Blue Star?
No way. Love it. Yeah, she's been through Portland.
So good.
Yeah, she came here for Icon. We just talked about
Oh,
this
yeah.
on the Discord. But yeah, Icon was here probably something like 5 years ago, something like that. And she said she went to Powell's during that.
Nice.
Which is highly recommended as well. Powell's is our massive bookstore, and the one in Portland is literally an entire block of the city.
Yeah.
And it just goes up, 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 up. So there are 5 million books, 5 million different spots to hang out, and like the children's section, so good. Guys, so good. I guarantee you will buy something. By the way, I threw a color layer up here and filled it with black. This is one of our tried and true methods. This is actually what James came up with to figure out the black and whites in the truest way. So this is going to show us which ones, I mean, I basically kept it dark on a mid-tone background, and then we have the light where the title is. What do you think of that?
I like it. Yeah.
Do you think I should switch it up at all and just do like a Light Dog's mid-background dark one in the middle?
I say we can explore it all. There's infinite
Explore
time,
it all.
except for tomorrow.
There's infinite time until there isn't.
And actually, the black layer on top for checking your values, that was something we learned from Ty Carter, who is a color key artist who was working at Blue Sky and is now at Netflix. We had him as our mentor a few years back, and he taught us basically how to paint and work in color.
And if you're interested in taking a mentorship with somebody who is available for it, Ty Carter actually offers mentorship on his Patreon. So he is a really great teacher, mentor guy. Yeah, mentor. That's what they're called. Brain. But yeah, it is definitely worth checking out his Patreon page and seeing if it's right for you. I highly recommend just getting any kind of mentorship because it's paid off for me dividends for sure in all the mentorships that I've done. And remember that you're never done learning. You know, you're never like out of school. Okay, I know everything. You're done. No, you keep on learning. You learn on the job, and you also learn with help. It really, really, really makes a difference to have some guidance.
After this little thumbnail, we'll be moving to the artist spotlight. It's going to be great. Whoa, Ryan Selvey just popped in the chat and says, Anna!
Ryan! Hey, Ryan, what's up? If you guys don't follow Ryan on Behance, then definitely do. He streams regularly, and he's just an awesome guy. He's very entertaining to watch.
What? Ryan says, you'll never be Anthony.
I won't. I'm never Anthony. I'm so sorry. No, James is Anthony today.
Oh, I'm Anthony today. So. If anyone doesn't know, Anthony is kind of her...
it's my co-host.
Co-host on her streams that she does Monday, Wednesday, Fridays from 4 to 6.
Indeed.
Yep.
It's awesome. So let's jump into the artist spotlight right now. First of all, I'm going to save. Everybody remember to save if you're drawing along right now.
Also, Cody. She is once again amazing, posting for Ty Carter's Patreon page.
By the way, also follow Cody. She does regular streams on Behance as well, and her artwork is absolutely adorable. So if you like children's booky things, go follow her as well. And just all the streamers, all my love to you guys. You're amazing, and you're also doing incredible work, like all the streamers right now. Oh my gosh. Speaking of streams, I have regularly streamed and had a lovely audience that follows me along with this, and one of our audience members is actually the spotlight today. So he's been sharing work on our Discord regularly and also getting a ton of just positive feedback again and again. Anthony Jackson!
Anthony Jackson! If you're in the chat, Anthony Jackson. Shout out.
Yes. Shout out to Anthony Jackson for being a real one. Like, thank you so much for always being at my streams and talking about artwork with us, but also amazing artwork. Oh my gosh. So we're going to go through Anthony's profile and just talk about our favorite bits of it. One of the pieces, actually, several of the pieces I have to say, but one of the pieces he recently posted to the Discord that we have together on my stream, and it's Sima. These little creatures that have been here, the only insect that can change her form depending on her environment and mood. So this is, I'm guessing, kind of based in the Pokemon world because you do a lot of Pokemon art, but definitely correct me if I'm wrong. Love seeing the traditional sketch. Oh my gosh. And so cute. Look at the little limbs. They're just like,
Yep.
beep.
Little nubs.
And then to the digital paint. Oh yeah. The shiny little eyes are adorable. And it reminds me a little bit of Butterfree, but like its cooler cousin.
Yeah, the cool cousin of Butterfree.
Exactly. And I believe on the Discord we were talking about how much these felt like Neopets as well. Like we would want them as our Neopets. If you guys don't know about Neopets, it was basically like a website where you would take care of little animals, and it was kind of akin to what do you call it? Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi, yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that last stream actually. Appreciate. Oh
Yep,
yeah.
everyone, if you're
Love the implied background, by the way.
checking out Anthony Jackson's page, be sure to give it a like.
Absolutely. Love, love, love. All the different color variations are so cute to see. Purple, blue, and orange. I wonder how you came up with which ones, like which colors you wanted to see. I love it.
Oh, and Cody has included a link. Once
Awesome!
again,
Thank you.
also include a link for yourself, Cody.
Yeah, Cody, put a link for yourself.
Yeah.
I order you.
You have to promote it.
Oh man. One thing I really wanted to highlight on Anthony Jackson's page also is he made us a Behance flag, just by the way.
Oh, cool.
This was something that came about in the streams. We wanted to build our own nation because the world has been going through a lot right now, which we talk a lot about on the stream. And we wanted to make a place that was just basically what we have online, but in person. So we're just going to buy an island, make the Behance Nation a thing, and this will be our flag. So,
all right. So anyone
everybody
who has
join us. Everybody that's cool.
An island that they want to donate to a good cause.
Absolutely. Do you spot some Pokemon that you know? Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
What's the name of this one again?
I honestly can only. It's that Salamence, the dragon.
Salamence?
Then,
oh,
like,
I don't know that
Glacier.
one. This one is the evolution of fire one. Is it this one?
Oh, I am familiar with the first
Sobble?
3 generations of Pokemon.
Dragonair?
Dragonite.
Or Dragonite, sorry.
Yeah.
See, I'm bad. But these are so cute.
They're fun.
I love it. Oh, they're fun. I feel like they really bring joy to them, which is exactly the vibe that you want for Pokemon. And it just feels colorful and bright, and you've got the cute trainers and their cute outfits. Have you guys been playing Pokemon Go? Because I haven't lately, but I remember feeling like there is a potential for like really cute outfits that you can put on your characters. I love that. So awesome job, Anthony Jackson. I could definitely see these, like, if you were to become an artist for Pokemon Go. I want to see that.
Now you said it was the nation of Behance, the island of Behance, the country.
Yes.
Amanda
Island.
would like to apply for citizenship there.
We will gladly accept your application.
Exactly. Everyone is welcome.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Ooh, Cody says that it was Score Bunny, one of the
Score Bunny!
Pokemon-y.
Yes. Okay. I mainly know the original 151. We actually have a poster of the original 151 around here.
I still have it. From when I was very young, and it's the best poster ever.
But shout out your favorite Pokemon. And
Mudkip.
Boom. As a kid, I was definitely Dragonair, but I think that Mudkip has become my favorite because we have some plushies of him, and he's adorable. And then, like, all of the evolutions, I really like Leafeon and Vaporeon. You know me, like blue-green. You gotta. But look at Blair.
Cute.
Oh, so cute. And I love the entire layout that you have here. It's so well done.
Feels like
and
an actual character.
Magazine article. So it was like you really intended it for publishing, which is very, very smart to mock up what you want to be, like what you want to do, basically. And I have no idea if there is like a Pokemon magazine, the Pokemon Champion Blair magazine article. So if there is a magazine, I would highly recommend you to illustrate it. That would be super cool. Absolutely. Oh, cool. There's sketches too. Oh, so we could see how her outfit changed and her hair and everything. All right. So we've got hair up and very nicely rendered. Look at those shading. I don't know if you guys can see it as clearly on your screen, but my lovely Cintiq is showing it perfectly. And you handled rendering black very well. I like that.
The values are working.
Absolutely. And her cute little pose. Ha! Got it. Feels kind of, what do you call it? Like Sailor Moonish. Oshiokyo? So good.
We're getting some shout outs of people's favorite Pokemon.
Oh.
Kendall says Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff.
Cody Bear says Growlithe. Love Growlithe so much.
Love Growlithe.
Also, James from Pokemon had a Growlithe.
Oh, we've got a logo evolution. So cool. Making the world smile through my art. Oh my gosh, Anthony Jackson. My first logo was based off of a globe with a happy face on it. Then I simplified it by removing the globe and adding lines that that is a representative of the globe. That is so cool. Goodbye, globe lines. And then it became the AJ. I mean, this is very clever. I love it. Can you do that with JD?
I like mine being a music note, treble clef.
Oh, treble clef. Very cool.
JD. Marmax says their favorite Pokemon is Charmander. Anthony says Arcanine Tails.
Arcanine Tails. Yep. Can we give Arcanine 9 tails?
Oh, Ryan, Tangela. I love Tangela. Little red shoes.
I always said it Tangela.
Oh. Tangerine.
I mean, they didn't have, like, pronunciation. I mean, I guess I could have watched the show, but they didn't have episodes about Tangela very often. Oh, look at this! He put, like, texture and then artwork in there. That's very cool.
That is very cool.
Oh, yeah. I love seeing this, like, how it changed over the time. That is amazing. Highly recommend you guys do this for your Behance profiles, like, or what do you call these? Like the portfolios. Whenever you make it multi-image and show process, I feel like it just looks really complete, and it also gives people a sense of starting from something, because a lot of times it feels like you might just make art where it's like, here's magic, and it really helps to see the transition from nothing to something. So awesome job, Anthony Jackson, once again. Oh my gosh. All right, let's look at this little guy, Nova. The only baby AI in the network. It's hidden somewhere safe, so no one would find it. Baby AI. Wow. Oh my gosh. So Anthony Jackson also basically builds worlds cool. And characters and really brings things to life. So we love that. And this has so much texture and lovely color. Oh yeah. So awesome job, Anthony Jackson. We absolutely love your work, and we're so happy to highlight you. By the way, if we want to see any of the details that Anthony has typed out here, it says, hello, my name is Anthony Jackson. Does it say? Okay. I am an artist from Austin, Texas, who is currently studying illustration, comic art, character design, and graphic design. My work consists of original characters, fan art from TV shows and video games, and still lifes. I'm always learning new techniques and growing as an artist. Aren't we all? That is awesome, Anthony. And thank you so much for being our spotlit artist of the day. Please follow Anthony Jackson. I'm sure there's a link for his profile in the chat.
Yep, Cody posted the link.
So much colorful, lovely work that we want to look through here. Oh my gosh, there's so much. I love it.
Little cat.
Kitty cat. And I feel like I spot some fresco textures. Is that just me, or is it real?
Yeah, what programs did you use to do these paintings in, Anthony?
Oh yeah, here. I believe he's got featured fresco work. Ooh. Oh heck yeah. Oh, and also videos. Look at this. Nice. We've got process videos. Awesome. Anthony's been streaming. So definitely follow Anthony, because if you want to follow anybody who's streaming, you just follow their profile and you'll get notifications whenever they go live. Woohoo! Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yeah, and it looks like fresco. Oh yeah. I definitely want to do a fresco stream for Adobe Live sometime. Once I figure out how to mirror it to the computer, it's gonna be gravy, baby. All right, thank you so much. Woo! Yeah, from the iPad. Okay, so before we end the day, I want to get a few things done. First of all, we need to pick out a color palette. Now, first of all, James. How are you feeling about color palettes? Do any of these really draw your eye to them? And then chat, please let me know what you think is the best color palette. Yeah, let's hear some
shout outs from the chat. I like what you did with having
I'm going to number these so it's easier to identify.
Before you shout them out. We'll
1,
just
2,
number them.
3, 4,
I personally like
5,
what you discovered with
6.
having the warmer spot next to where the text is going to be.
It kind of draws your eye and almost gives it a sense of depth too, or maybe a glow-ish kind of thing. And these are very loosely color ideaed. When we do it a little bit bigger, like hopefully we can do a really quick study before the end of the stream. What I want to do is figure out a little bit more of the color variation because these are very analogous right now. And sometimes I like to throw in another different color to be like split complementary, possibly. Something like that.
Yeah, maybe it could go split complementary, triadic. Who knows? It could go anywhere.
And if you guys have any trouble with any of those color terms, then definitely check out the Adobe Color site. They have so many different tools to figure out color schemes and what looks right, and tried and true methods. So highly recommend.
We've got some people saying they love 1. A couple of people like 3. Looks like 6 has been called out a few times too.
Well, that doesn't help. I need
1, 3, and 6.
Kendall says I like 1 and 4 because they're warm and huggable.
Anthony
also
says
6.
Green.
You'll never get green, Anthony.
Yeah.
No, I would like a green too. I'll make a green one just for you, Anthony.
Yeah, for sure. And after stream, there's always more time to
of course
explore some options too.
Kendall says I like all of them.
Oh,
well,
that doesn't help us at all. But thank you, Kendall.
Yeah, thanks so much. Oh man. We can always combine some of the colors as well, have a little hint of some. Amanda says, narrowing down the colors is always the hardest part for me. I love them all too. Oh, and Cody threw a link for Adobe Color in the chat. Thank you so much, Cody.
What feel do you want would be a good question. Like
so
color
heroicism,
mood.
I feel like
Red,
maybe the highlight color or like a little
I'd say
could be the gold, so maybe we discount the gold one, so that could be a highlight when we put medals or crowns or something like that on them. So it's always like a graphic element.
Yeah.
Sorry, I totally cut you off with all that.
I was gonna say red to yellow is a very heroic analogous spectrum.
True.
But if you want to go for just a unique color vibe, then you can pull off a Spider-Verse and go like purples, reds, pinks. Yeah.
That's true. But if we did go for like red gold, then we could also make the medals or crowns or whatever like a white, and that could be like a stylistic graphic thing where they're kind of flat, and then the dogs are kind of, I don't know. We'll see how we want to paint the dogs. If we want, I'm guessing kind of like potato, where they don't have a direct light source. They're more designed pattern based and shape based, so it's not about lighting that much.
And we'll show you potato on stream tomorrow when we remember to grab her stickers that she just made of her little dog Potato.
Right now, he's cute. Did I post him on Behance? Let me see. I will find him real quick so I can show you guys. I definitely posted him on Twitter. Oh, Potato, he's a cutie. Hey, Behance, I posted. I like my what do you call this? Like my text for it. I'm pleased to introduce to you the love of my life, Potato, because he is. Look at this boy. Oh, he's so good. He's so good. That oof. So this is kind of the style I'm thinking for these guys. Maybe an outline, maybe not. And then not so much lighting, but a little bit of like pattern and then overlays of color. Like this blue and this like reddish and goldish. That all came from soft light layers. So what we started with was just a cream and a brown. And this one, really, I just love how it turned out. I feel like it's one of those easy to handle ways of rendering, but also gives all the attention to the design of the character. And we'll definitely have a lot of, like tonight, I think what I'm going to do is make sure that the designs of the dogs come through and maybe change some of them a little bit. But when we come back tomorrow, that means that we're going to have a solid design, and then we can just lay in this color and paint it up and have a really easy go of it because we've done all the preliminary work. All right, so do we have a consensus here?
They did make a straw poll.
Cody, you're amazing. You make it life so easy. Yay.
Could we open it maybe on the moment?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, check out that straw poll.
Oh, it went up. I have potatoes and molasses stuck in my head. All right, which one am I voting for?
Ooh, it's tough.
All right, so this is what we're voting for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Go with your gut, Anna.
What's my gut say?
6.
Whoa.
No,
I don't know. You guys, you making me choose? Come on. I'm making myself choose.
I mean, you can just click one and see what everyone else voted.
I know, but then it sways it.
That's true.
All right, you vote.
What? No, you vote.
No, you vote.
Oh, okay.
I'm not the
You
one
know,
doing work here.
I
You are.
lean towards the purples
Oh,
for
really?
5. I don't think it has like the heroic vibe just in a color mood sense, but it can be one of the ones where whatever accent colors you choose can make it really unique for a
Okay.
vibe.
So purple 5. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, 1 and 5. Get it. All right. Should we give it like one more minute?
Sure.
All
We
right.
will close the polls in 1 minute. So anyone in the
Quickly!
chat can follow the link posted by Cody to vote for their favorite color palette. Anyone who's watching on YouTube, you can go to behance.net,
Yes.
click on the Adobe Live tab, and then participate in the chat so that you can vote on what palette Anna will be using for the rest of this piece.
And I do think that we went with the right call. I do like this value as well, but I think that this one's just slightly stronger. And it kind of has a, what would you call it? Like the effect of looking down at an eddy or something, where it's like swirling. The dogs are swirling around the glowing part. It reminds me of this one poster that my sister and I both got from a ballet, I think it was. And it was 2 ballet dancers from above going in like elegant poses, and then there was this bright circle in the middle. It's very beautiful.
Anthony is still pushing for that green. It could very well end up being a green accent color or complementary to an orangish brown. Who knows?
You know, so say we all. I'm gonna here. Nobody's voting for 3, right? Wait, what's the least favorite one? That was 2, 3, and 4 are tied right now. Let's read it. Let's see. Oh, it's changed. 1 is taking the lead. It's got 6 votes, people. All right, so 4 is the least favorite, so I'm going to paint over it with green real quick.
A lot of people do like 3 also.
A lot of people like 3. Why do they like 3? Do you like 3?
Yeah, 3's great too.
What's your least favorite?
What's my least favorite?
I think it's important to know like what you don't like just as much as what you do.
I'd say it was probably 4.
Probably 4?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then we made the right choice to make it green. This is just for Anthony, by the way.
This is for our friend Anthony.
He gets what he wants. Make way. I'm coming through. If you guys haven't seen Into the Spider-Verse, it's amazing, and it's got a great soundtrack as well.
Very true, Marmac. 2 would be incredible if these were goldfish, just as an accent color.
Ooh, yeah. To it.
Make it, Marmac. We believe in you.
Stick it, you can. Once again, this is a method that I used to make all of these color palettes. If you're just tuning in, I made basically a very 2-tone basic painting of the cover loosely, and then I'm putting a soft light layer over it so that we can see different color variations very quickly. Boom. Anthony, do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Boom. And then tomorrow we're going to come back and I'm going to paint the rest of this piece. So please don't look away.
Yeah, so kind of in recap here, we're about to wrap up. She has chosen one of her thumbnails for this book cover for Hero Dogs and roughed out in sketch form. Roughed out with RUFF, like a dog.
Obviously.
Kind of what she liked the cover to look like, and then she thumbed out a few different colors for where the palette could go.
Thumbs up, baby.
I believe the poll can be updated one more time before we close out here, just to see what people are feeling.
Okay. All right, Anthony, that's as good as you're gonna get. All right, let's update the poll, and the winner is number 1.
Number 1. Ooh, it's really close though with 3.
I mean, we can always have a variation, you know, with a lot of what do they call them? I think it's just in comic books that they have cover variants. So maybe graphic novels as well. They basically have multiple options that they bring to a finish, and then they also publish the cover variants within the comic book, which is very cool. All right, so we have a winner. Yay! It's number 1. It's number 1. All right, so let's put it behind our sketch and kind of visualize what this could look like.
It's gonna have a lot of rich brown variation, I'd say, between the
Definitely
colors.
more neutral tones, and then we can have an accent color, which I am kind of tempted to just throw this around a little bit, like oh metal, that kind of stuff. Oh, bone. So that we have little dashes of color, and then
dog treats floating between
little dog treats. Yeah, we can always fill the negative space with something like maybe sparkles or whatever, you know? Anything we want. And then if we want to add another color, we have been loving the like purples and pinks. So if we found the right one, we can use them as well. But we will come back tomorrow with that kind of information. I will play around with it for sure. And I'm also going to finish the sketch so that we have an idea more of what we're going to use going forward for the design portion of it. I'm going to make all of the shapes very strong, maybe change around some of the proportions of the different doggos, and definitely looking up reference because I want to make these actual dogs. And we will see you back here tomorrow. Is there anything you would like to say to the people?
11:30. We will be continuing with Claudie and the Illustrator Daily Creative Challenge. So if you'd like to watch that, stick around.
Yay!
Thanks everyone for hanging out in the chat.
Thank you so much for hanging out.
And Cody, thank you so much for all of the links that you posted throughout the time.
So many links. You are doing your job. Thank you for straw pulling. That's above and beyond.
Yeah.
Amazing. And also, I love the colors here. Like, ooh, we can make a color palette of that.
Oh, yeah.
And so, actually, we should talk about that next time, how Sam Peterson did his color hierarchy. That was really cool. So we will see you guys next time. Please tune in tomorrow. We're so excited to be back with you. And
you're going to hear a lot more about donuts and ice cream and pie. And
we'll have a whole nother set of sweets to talk about. Actually, I made your favorite cookie ever.
It's true. The chocolate crackle cookie made a strong showing this last weekend. We're not supposed to reveal it.
We're going to say tomorrow.
Tomorrow
we'll
you'll learn whatever the cookie was. You heard nothing here.
No, tomorrow we'll eat the cookies in front of you.
Yeah, on stream. Right next to the microphone.
Definitely. Oh yeah, get all that chewing action in. So we will see you tomorrow, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your Monday. It's going to be a great one. You rolled a natural 20 on your luck, so we're all good here. And I guess that's it. Yeah?
Thanks, everyone.
I keep on wanting to say goodbye again.
Have a great day.
I love you guys so much. Goodbye.